Families are joining together in the search for their missing children. Maya May reports they want the help of the entire Toledo community to bring their boys home.
Kaishan Pittman is 15 years old. Police and family say he was last seen with 16-year-old Kamarion Wilder on Saturday, December 3rd. Before the police could begin their investigation, family is leading the search.
4 days. It's been 4 days. This is too long. So baby, go home.
The families don't want to discuss the details of the disappearance at this time. They say the priority is getting the young boys home safely.
Nothing. We don't know nothing. We just want my brother home. We want to know he okay. He's alive. He not scared, hurt. We just want to know he's okay. Just bring him and Sean home safe.
As the families search through the neighborhoods and near the docks, they are joined by family. As the days pass, they say the search areas expand and they hope more join the rescue team.
Their last known location was on South and Maumee. It's just so much land to try to cover. So we're just going to try to cover as much land while it's daylight.
And during the search, they also posted flyers with the young boys' faces and names and descriptions of what to look for.
We're hanging them up everywhere as of today.
Both families reported the children missing with the Toledo Police Department. Police confirmed to WTOL 11 there is currently an open investigation and they are willing to follow up on any leads. If you know where they are or have seen them, the police ask that you call Crime Stoppers at 419-255-1111. In Toledo, Maya May, WTOL.
Right now, in the case of two missing North Toledo teens, Kamarion Wilder and Kaishan Pittman, Toledo police and the FBI are going through a burned-down abandoned building right now on the corner of Chase and New York. And that's where we find Michael Sandlin live tonight. So, Mike, what do we know from Toledo police about this right now?
Melissa, I spoke to a representative with Toledo Police earlier today who tells me that at this hour, all they confirm is that their investigation into the boy's disappearance has led them to an abandoned building which burned down on December 5th, the same day Kamarion Wilder disappeared. At the scene earlier today, investigators were searching the remains of the blaze with rakes and a backhoe, taking photos of what appeared to be a gas can before bagging it into evidence. And in the last hour or so, a tent has been put up over the scene. This is the newest development in the case that has now stretched for almost 2 weeks, with Pittman having been missing since December 3rd, 2 days before Wilder's disappearance. Police believe the pair have been together, and the families of both children have held search parties. Here at the scene, I caught up with Kamarion's father, Christopher Wilder, who says he's just in the dark as the rest of us right now as to what investigators might know. We talked to Kamarion's aunt, who says seeing the scene, knowing her nephew might be involved, is crushing.
I'm devastated. I'm hoping it's not them, but I'm just ready for it to be over with. I'm ready for answers. I'm ready for it to be done.
TPD tells us we're not going to get any more answers in the investigation until tomorrow at 10 a.m. when a joint meeting between TPD and TFRD will give us more answers into the boy's disappearance. Reporting in North Toledo, I'm Michael Sandlin, WTOL.
Team coverage this afternoon on Breaking News. We've been tracking the last 24 hours. We're learning more about a fire on Chase Street in North Toledo connected to two teens reported missing 2 weeks ago, as well as the suspects arrested in their disappearance. Now let's bring you up to speed on this case. 15-year-old Kaishan Pittman and 16-year-old Kamarion Wilder haven't been seen since Saturday, December 3rd. Now early this morning, shots were fired near the home of one of the suspects arrested in their missing persons case. No one was hurt, but it comes hours after Toledo police revealed two bodies were found in a burned home. The bodies have not been identified as Pittman and Wilder, but TPD says the location of where the bodies were found is connected to their disappearance. Now, our Christy Gerlett is at the scene of that house fire with more details. Christy, there was a news conference a little bit ago about this.
Yes, there was. And Amanda, this scene looked very different yesterday. The FBI was here. The Ohio BCI was here. The local prosecutor was here. You can see behind me, it is just rubble, brick, wood. You can still see the tracks from the excavator where they were digging. Now, the house that stood here burnt down on Monday, December 5th, 2 days after the teen boys were last seen. Toledo Fire Chief Allison Armstrong held a press conference just hours ago. I was there, and she addressed a question that many people had. If bodies were found here, how did the firefighters not find them when they were fighting that fire? The answer is simple. They were not able to access the basement. Now, the chief said that when the fire broke out around 1 a.m., there were nearly 25 firefighters that responded. They searched the first floor, they searched the second floor, but the building was deemed too unstable for them to continue that search into the basement. They were told the house had been vacant for years, but due to protocol, they searched for anyone inside. Now, under 10 minutes of that firefight, there was a mayday call for a firefighter who fell through a stairwell. That firefighter was deemed okay, and the firefight continued. I asked Chief Armstrong how she felt after finding out 2 bodies.
I mean, to know that 2 people are deceased now and families are mourning and hurting, and that's terrible. So I'm terribly sad for the families, and it's just an unfortunate situation.
Now, the cause of that fire is still under investigation. It is an ongoing investigation. They have not found the cause. Amanda, there's a lot of moving pieces to this case, and of course, we will continue to update you at home as it unfolds. Reporting live in Toledo, Christy Gurlett, WTOL 11.
$2.25 million. That is the bond set today for the man accused of killing 2 teen boys who were missing for nearly 2 weeks. Cruz Garcia is accused of killing Kamarion Wilder and Keyshawn Pittman. Their bodies were found in the rubble of a vacant house fire on Chase Street in North Toledo last week. Court documents say Garcia went to the North Toledo home several times between when the boys went missing and the fire. He is charged with 2 counts of murder. The judge asked about the exact causes of death of the boys, and here's what the prosecutor said.
My understanding from speaking with Detective Marchak on one of the scenes, cause of death involved strangulation and thermal burns, and on the second victim, thermal burns, and we're still waiting further analysis and determination by the coroner.
Despite that, it is important to note the Lucas County coroner has not released an actual cause of death for the boys, only saying it is still under investigation. Getting to the bottom of who killed 2 Toledo teens is proving to be quite a puzzle for police, and there are new pieces to that puzzle tonight. There are now 10 people charged in the kidnappings and murders of 16-year-old Kamarion Wilder and 15-year-old Keyshawn Pittman. And that includes 2 teens charged in the last 2 days on counts of murder and kidnapping. The defendants join 8 others charged in the case, which saw an exhaustive search for the boys who disappeared back on December 3rd and were found dead December 15th in a burned-down vacant house. Earlier this week, 6 people, Cruz Garcia, Corbin Gingrich, Brett Kohlhofer, Charles Walker, and Carissa and Don Eames were also indicted. They're all charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of kidnapping. Garcia is facing 2 more counts of aggravated murder. Crystal LaForge Yingling and Diamond Rivera are charged with obstruction of justice for allegedly lying to police about where the suspects were and providing fake alibis for them. Police have not revealed exactly how the defendants in the group are linked to one another, but they do say Gingrich's niece dated one of the boys, and they were last seen on video at the home he shared with Carissa Eames on the night they disappeared. Most of the suspects, we're told, will be arraigned next week. Of course, we will continue to follow this case as any new information is released and it moves through the court system.